Hey, my name's Mike Chase, the head girls basketball coach at Spain Park High School. It's March 14th, 2018. Our girls just won the 7A state championship about a week and a half ago. And I had this idea going into next year that I was going to do a video diary, so to speak. And this is going to be the first installment of it. Maybe talk just a little bit longer, and then once we get back from spring break, which is in about 2 weeks, and we get started back, that's when I'll do a weekly video. Kind of just, it'll be short, 2 minutes, just kind of to say what's going on, document the things that happen throughout the season that you forget about, and then when the season rolls around and we get to the end of the year, hopefully winning a back-to-back state championship, we will be able to look back and remember some of the things that happened. So right now, in the process of putting together a schedule for next year, summer schedule, workout schedule, banquet. We're doing the banquet, which is going to be a little bit bigger this year, obviously, because we won a state championship. Trophies, state championship shirts. We're doing rings. Got to raise money for rings. And just doing those types of things. Being a coach right now is, kind of a 24/7 business, even at the high school level. And that's kind of what happens when a season gets over. I guess to talk a little bit about, even though this video is going to be all about next year, uh, I will be conducting not exit interviews, but end of the season interviews and talks with all the girls, and basically giving them an evaluation from the season, and then kind of talk to them about the things that we need for them next season. Each team is different. We're losing some really good seniors, Kristen Rushing, Bear Herring, and Claire Holt, and so some people are going to have to take on new roles, step up. I really feel good about our seniors coming up next year, PG and Bailey, and we may have a new senior. There's a girl that's potentially coming in from Texas, who I think is going to be a good player, post player, and we'll see how all that pans out. The program is, right now, probably about as good as it's been. Parents are bought in, administration's bought in, players are definitely bought in. They have a really unselfish mindset. They only care about winning. They only care about each other. They're not, concerned about their own personal gains. I think that these guys are mature enough to realize that through team success, the individual accolades and those types of things will come. And I've never had a coach, a college coach, or another high school coach, ask me how many points a game a kid scored, or or whatever. It's about, are they a leader? Are they a winner? Do they work hard? What kind of character they have? And we have high character kids. They're good students. We got recognized at the board yesterday for winning our state championship, and our cumulative GPA with this group that won the state championship is 3.998. I kind of had a little blunder at the board yesterday, but it's okay. I said 4.998, and everybody kind of looked at me funny, and I didn't recognize it until afterwards, and the kids made fun of me. But that's good. I like the fact that the kids come down and make fun of me. A couple of years ago, we didn't have this kind of camaraderie on the team. We didn't have this cohesiveness, and you know, and so my door's open. Kids come in, you know, almost every morning, even after the season was over. Sit in here, talk. We crack on each other. You know, it's fun. It's fun coaching. Um, you know, I know a lot of high school coaches, me included, that don't have fun coaching because we're not coaching. We're dealing with attitude. We're dealing with, you know, agendas, you know, all kinds of things, and you know, it's getting harder and harder to do. I'm just glad that now that I'm getting, I don't want to say the twilight of my career. I don't think I'll ever stop coaching at some point or another, but I don't know how long I'm going to do the high school thing. But you know, I mean, if I would have, if all of the outside things, you know, parents and attitudes and player attitudes and, you know, all those things, if they were in place 22 years ago when I started being a head varsity girls basketball coach, or even longer than that when I just started coaching, I don't know if I could have made it through the profession, you know, this long. But you know, I like where, you know, I like where I am right now. Really, really enjoying this. And the funny thing is, you know, the better that all of the periphery stuff is, then all of a sudden, you know, you win, you know, and then when you win, then, you know, a lot of people are happy. You know, it's not a cure-all, but, you know, there's a lot of people can't complain about stuff when you're winning. So, but like I said, once we get back from spring break, we're gonna start running. We're gonna start lifting. We'll start doing some of our small group stuff with basketball. We'll have tryouts the last week of April, first week of May. June, heavy into play days and practice. It's really only about a 4-week period. I used to go the whole summer back in the day, but now there's a few more restrictions that the AHA puts on us, and so that's not a bad thing. Most of our kids play AAU in July, and then we'll crank back up in September, August, you know, and then try to go back at it again. I think our kids are really hungry. Even though we just got done really with 5 months of basketball, played all the way to the very end of the last game of the season, they're, you know, they're not burned out. They want to come back and repeat, and I think that you know, we're kind of set up to, you know, it's definitely not going to be a mindset thing. You know, our mindset is our kids are going to be prepared, you know, to go out and feel like they can win every game. You know, the only thing is are we going to run into somebody that might be a little bit better physically than us? But we ain't going to get beat because we don't believe that we're going to lose. You know, let me just say one more thing before I click off here. And like I said, my next videos will not be this long. I got a great supporting staff, coaches. I got Bev, I got Dunn, and I got Sarah. And, you know, I've had some really, really good assistants. When I was at Clay, I had Dale Posey and Todd Carlisle. Those two guys are still some of my best friends. Carlisle's definitely one of my absolute best friends. We've done a ton of things, you know, major life things in our lifetime together. And then I had Eric Steiner my first 6 of my first 9 years here, and he's literally like one of my best friends. And you know, there's a real good chance he might get our boys basketball job here that's open. And man, if he does, I mean, it'll be absolutely perfect. It's almost perfect now, but if he gets that job, it'll be almost absolute. It will be a perfect. But you know, when he left, he suggested, you know, that I go talked to Coach Bev and Coach Dunn, both guys baseball coaches, and he worked with baseball. And I knew them a little bit, but, you know, he just said that they had kind of a mutual appreciation for the things that I did. Bev wasn't coaching basketball at all, and Brooks was coaching the freshman basketball team, but he wasn't. They had a coaching change, and he wasn't going to do it. And so, you know, so he kind of hooked me up with those guys, and you know, it's been awesome. Um, you know, the things that I look for in, you know, assistant coach, but also not an assistant coach, but a friend, because I want to coach with my friends. I don't want to coach with somebody who's, you know, just coming in and, I don't know, just showing up to coach and then leaving. I mean, I want them to want to be here, and, you know, I want to, you know, have stories, and, you know, and all that stuff. And that's what we are. But these two guys are awesome. I mean, you know, they're bought in, loyalty is absolutely number one. I mean, I mean, I don't care what somebody knows, and I had a guy, Scott Valdez, when I was at Palmetto for 2 years, who didn't know hardly anything about basketball, but the guy was loyal. He was there was no way, shape, or form that he was gonna say something or do something that wasn't what I was gonna say or what our program direction was gonna be. And with that, I mean, it was a no-brainer. I mean, I'll take loyalty over knowledge or basketball knowledge, basketball coaching experience any day. And these guys are absolutely loyal. You know, and in turn, you know, I mean, they become really, really good friends. You know, and I'm not you know, a huge time guy. I put a lot of time in, you know, but these guys got families and they've got other responsibilities. They coach other sports, you know, and so, you know, if Bev wants to go fishing and Dunn has to go to baseball and work with the pitchers and all that stuff, it's like, I mean, not fishing, hunting, sorry, Bev. I'm like, go, you know, go. I want a coach who, you know, doesn't feel like, oh, crap, I got practice and I want to go hunting this weekend, you know, or I got practice and, you know, I got something to do because my kid has something to do. Go, you know, and the more that I treat them, you know, like friend rather than a coach, those guys will do anything for me, and I would do anything for them. You know, Sarah come on our staff last year, and you know, she was one of our athletic trainers. She came in and it was, you know, I don't know if she really was kind of like feeling out me, and I was kind of like, you know, we've had trainers come and go, so you know, you don't give them too much responsibility because they may have a whole ton of other things that they got to do. But as the season last year went on, you know, we kind of started meshing. You know, Sarah started meshing with our girls, started meshing with me and Bev and Dunn. And, you know, as she did that, you know, I just kind of asked her to do a few more things and, you know, and all that stuff. And, you know, she has come on and really, 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 I mean, solidified everything that I need from a coaching staff and from a friend. You know, I can send her up with the group in the weight room, which is really my cup of tea, and she ain't gonna cut them any slack. She's gonna work the crap out of them. You know, she takes care of their injuries. She doesn't baby them. You know, we take her on trips. I can leave them with her, and she gets them to where they need to go. She's been absolutely amazing. I mean, she's a great trainer too, but outside of being that, I mean, she's literally an assistant coach. And we gave her that title. You know, at the state tournament, they announced her as an assistant coach and all this stuff. We kind of got a kick out of it. But, I mean, so right now, you know, if those guys are with me, and again, we're all on the same page. There's not one shred of doubt that we aren't all connected. And with that, um, I mean, as long as everybody stays where they are, the kids have nowhere to go. They have no outlet. The parents have nowhere to go. They have no outlet. And so we're going to be good. We're going to be good. Everything is in place, and we've got talented players coming up. Um, and and if we have talented players, we haven't had a move in. We won a state championship without a move in this year. Um, we might get a kid to move in or two. That's just gravy. I think we can win with the kids that are coming right through Berry because they're fired up and they're ready to go. So, like I said, this one went 15 minutes. I'm gonna try to do like 3, but I'm gonna try to do it once a week, just to give kind of a, where we are and all that stuff. So, until after spring break. Bye.